now return to Skybound Transformers. Greetings, wicked peoples. Fishie 22.8 here, and today we have issue 15 of Skybound Transformers. This is wrong, says Thundercracker as the Decepticons destroy Tacoma, Washington.
I do not enjoy this process either, but we are once again on our back foot.
The new Decepticon leader tells Thundercracker as he walks up to see the devastation of Tacoma, Washington. He continues.
The waves scattered us, the nemesis lost, Cybertron gone, failure after failure, loss after loss.
But Cybertron is not gone. Part of it fell into the ocean and allowed us to escape the Autobots. Should we not go there and find ourselves again? The Seeker questions his commander. As Soundwave starts walking through the devastation of Tacoma, Thundercracker follows.
This place is a treasure trove of energy and raw materials unlike our old Alaska planet. The battle is here. We must hold our ground against the constant usurping Autobots. And our enemies have one massive weakness. So we will act as agents of death, city by city, human by human. This will draw the Autobots out to the open, allowing for ambush. For now, let us get this unpleasant work over with.
As Soundwave slanders off to shoot at more buildings and bring more devastation, Thundercracker looks at the nearby building, seeing a small group of humans huddled in fear. Looking at them with pity in his optics, he whispers to run. As they clear the building, he brings it down behind them, leaving them alive. Back on Cybertron, the little red demon known as Cliffjumper finally wakes up. Where? Oh, man. I must have gotten thrown from Optimus by that blast. Am I really home? He questions to himself as his face is a mix of joy and terror. Is that you, Redhead? It's been a long time, brother. Warpath greets the little red car, much to the joy of Cliffjumper. By the spark, Warpath, Blue Streak, and Blur!
The Decepticons are coming, they're coming!
We can catch up later. We're being hunted. Wait, the others!
Time to go!
They're gone, Warpath. Let's go. On the other side of the universe, back on Earth. Are you sure about this, RC?
I almost lost myself again, Prime. I can feel the hate pulling at my gears.
It is a daily struggle to keep it at bay. I know this well.
I put the entire mission in jeopardy. I almost killed us all. And now the Decepticons have escaped, threatening the place once more. I'm so sorry for letting you down.
As the leader of the Autobots turns towards RC to face her. Oh, RC, you did no such thing. And I will never not be proud of you. If you go on this quest, it must be for the right reasons. Our numbers are too few for you to go because of shame.
Magnus needs me. He was there for me in my darkest moments. Now it is my turn. I will find him on my own.
Then I will not stop you. When Carly interrupts them and says, let's not forget who the real heroes are here, as Beachcomber and Spike, on crutches, come up behind her. Beachcomber, I will not force you. But we could use you here, in the fight. I made an oath to myself, Optimus. No violence ever again. I understand your feelings, but there must be a force to stop the Decepticons. Optimus, I think deep down you know I'm right. The best thing you could do for this planet is leave. But we know the Decepticons would not follow me. They have proven they will only take what we've learned to love. We must protect this place. Do what you have to do, and I will do what I must as well. Beachcomber remarks as he, RC, and Carly take off to go find Ultra Magnus. As the Autobots depart, Wheeljack walks up to Optimus.
Optimus,
Radio chatter from south of us. The humans are under attack. The Decepticons are on the defensive prime. We should be wary of them trying a last-ditch effort to trap us. Whether the Decepticons lie waiting or not, we must press on. Lives are at stake. As Prime, Wheeljack, and Jazz enter a tunnel. Speaking of stakes, I did some scans on your neural net. I can't find anything that would be contributing to the visions you've mentioned. Wheeljack, is it possible they're coming from the Matrix? I thought you used up everything repairing yourself after Sparky. I did. There is nothing powering it now. Has an organic ever interfaced with it before? I don't believe so. It's possible that the conflux of organic and mechanical materials is causing a breakdown of your neural net. I suppose anything is possible, Wheeljack. Oh, no. What have they done? As Optimus transforms and looks upon the horror of a totally destroyed city. Autobots, focus all efforts on emergency rescue! The trio are trying to pick up rubble and save as much as they can when Optimus gets hit in the back of the head with a rock. An angry mob of humans scream, there they are. They're after the people on the bus. Get them, as a bunch of police officers open fire at Optimus Prime. Please, stop! Do you not see what we are doing? We are trying to... As Optimus Prime is rocked by a projectile, making him drop the bus and harm the people inside. Correct it! Get her ready for another round! As he recovers and comes to his senses, Optimus looks up and sees the bus in more disarray than it was before. Why? Why? Standing up and cradling his head just as he did after he slaughtered Shockwave. We are trying to help you! Once again assaulted by the horrific visions of this abomination of Cybertronian and human flesh, Optimus lunges at the Abrams. Is hurting things all you're able to do? He bellows as he grabs the cannon of the turret and bends it backwards, as Jazz grabs a hold of him trying to stop him. We got more human military inbound. We better get out of here. Very well. Autobots, roll out. The three Autobots flee the destroyed city. Soundwave and Scrapper stand there on the ridge, watching the Autobots retreat.
So predictable.
Soundwave, they're getting away. We should attack now.
No, Scrapper. We must wait and watch. The numbers are few, so we will see where they go. Well, this way our ambush will strike at their heart.
Sitting upon Soundwave's shoulder, Laserbeak sadly pecks at the skull of Ravage. Soundwave reaches up and gives his pet Condor a comforting little scratch on its beak.
I know our family is incomplete, but Ravage's repairs must wait. Yet again. For now, Laserbeak, have a new mission for you.
As Laserbeak takes flight.
One that I should have done as soon as I walked on this planet. Do not return until your task is complete.
Back on Cybertron. Hold up. Got a purple up ahead. Looks like a scout. Blur, can we get past him without... Hastily cutting off Blue Streak's question, Blur responds.
I checked all the routes. This is the only one.
As Blue Streak then pulls out a knife, runs up to the Decepticon, and stabs him through the back of the Spark. Much to the horror of Cliffjumper, his Autobot comrades rush to the fallen Decepticon and start drinking all of his Energon like barbarians. Blue Streak, you've changed. Things got messy after you left, and since when do you get all mushy over a Decepticon? As Blue Streak with a condescending tone says, let me guess, Optimus. Cliffjumper tries to start defending this new viewpoint when Aelita greets him, asking Cliffjumper when was the last time he truly had to survive. Back on Earth, where the Autobots have their power source at the dam. Optimus, what happened back there? I don't know, Wheeljack. I feel like an old version of myself, when I was full of anger and blind with vengeance. something is not right. As the two transform, Wheeljack continues.
When we get back to the Ark, I'll do some more scans. But with RC and Breachcomber out looking for Magnus, it's time for reinforcements. We should be able to create enough Energon to bring back another one of our warriors.
As Jazz walks up with an Autobot in his arms, laying him on the repair bay of Optimus Prime. Welcome, Trailbreaker. As several explosions cut off Optimus Prime, sending the Autobot leader and Jazz flying backwards, as Astro Train comes in for another strafe run.
Spike said he was left in chains. How did he get here?
Doesn't matter now! Open fire!
As Astro Train flies low and slams into Optimus Prime, knocking him to the ground. A shrill laughter pierces the air.
Finally! We meet again!
Chirps a Starscream as he rolls by an incredibly confused Optimus Prime.
Decepticons, we have hunted the Autobots, but instead have found a more troublesome insect.
You will pay for your treachery, Soundwave! My brothers, you know what to do! Leader Starscream, you have united us.
Onslaught proudly interjects.
You have healed our brother instead of healing yourself. We shall follow you to the end.
As Starscream's brigade rushes forward and starts to combine, towering over the new Decepticon leader.
Combaticons, merge into...
And that has been issue 15 of Skybound Transformers. Starscream's brigade is now in full force. And yes, that is the name I am giving Arc 3 of Skybound Transformers is Starscream's brigade. Chances are Skybound's going to give it the same damn name. Because when I went to pick up my physical copy when the issue dropped, I forgot that I also pre-ordered the second arc in its paperback, whatever you call that, where it's got all 6 issues. I didn't look at the title of it until 2 or 3 days after I got home, and I realized they named it Transport to Oblivion as well. So I'm pretty sure that every arc is going to be named after a Generation 1 episode, and whichever episode that arc is correlating to will be hinted to or pretty much flat out said in the first 2, maybe 3 issues. So by the halfway mark of each arc, we're going to definitely know the title of what that arc's going to be called when it's in its paperback form, which I personally think is really cool as fuck. But now we know the fate of our favorite little red demon who flips off Decepticons because he had no gun whatsoever at the time, Cliffjumper. He survived the massive explosion just like Aelita, although unlike Aelita, he was knocked the fuck out. And then when he wakes up, it's a literal worst-case scenario nightmare that he could ever dream of. My Autobot brothers, once they kill a Decepticon, literally drain him of all his bodily fluids that keep us alive to harvest for themselves. This is almost as bad as what Shockwave was going to do to me. It's a very stark and fucked up contrast between the Cybertronian Autobot forces who have continued to fight for over 200 years while the Earthbound Autobots were unconscious for that time period. They don't know the extent of what this conflict has done. The planet was dying when Optimus left. The planet is dead now. And then they tore a chunk off of its corpse and that's stuck in the Pacific Ocean. And now, my last little bit of thoughts before I completely wrap this video up. Soundwave has finally come to his senses and set forth Laserbeak on a mission which I can only assume, since the bit of his dialogue where he says I should have done this the moment I woke on this planet, Operation Location. Find Megatron. Which means Megatron will be back in full form. Although now I'm going to be curious as to how that interaction is going to go when he sees Optimus Prime sporting his fusion cannon arm. Because if you're going by the G1 lore, in the original first 3 episodes, Morden Meets the Eye, parts 1, 2, and 3, in part 2, when they had the battle on Sherman Dam, Optimus Prime activates his Energon axe through his right arm. Megatron activates his Energon flail through his right arm, the arm that has been swapped between the two. So my question is, does Optimus Prime still have his Energon axe, or does he have Megatron's flail? And with that question, I'm curious as to what your opinions are, Wicked viewers, if you made it this far in the video and heard this question. Is Optimus Prime going to keep his Energon axe, or is he going to get Megatron's flail? Now I'm going to wrap this video up since I hit the 15-minute mark. I kind of want to keep them around this time period. And as always, I've omitted a little bit of the material to give you an incentive to go out and buy your own physical and or digital copies to support the people behind this series. I love what Daniel Warren Johnson has done with the storyline. I love Corona's artwork. And this new colorist, I love what she has done. Things just pop. That's the only way I can describe it. Things just pop. And I like it. But once again, seriously, please go out and get your own physical and or digital copies of any bit of the Energon universe that I have covered, because I don't want to make one damn cent off of what I'm doing with these comic dubs. The only thing that's mine that I can claim, these voice impressions of iconic voices. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. I know. Hell, listen to my RC. That is atrocious, but I'm committed to doing it regardless. So, please, support the people behind this. I don't want the money. They deserve the money. As always, this is Fishie 22.8, logging off. Thank you for your time, wicked peoples. Oh, and since we're so close to the holidays and the end of the year, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and please, have a wonderful new year. I'll see ya in 2025.
In the year 2025, me Grimlock wonder if me alive.
Me Swoop want to hear Christmas songs, Christmas songs.
Me Grimlock not want to hear Starscream sing.